morning, friends. Good early morning, friends. This video is going to be a violin lesson about the Kreutzer Etude number 3. And I just played it for you with the original bowings in this is the Peters edition. And I'm not fully awake yet, but sometimes I like to do this. Get up first thing in the morning and just record something and talk about it. So I will get my act together. So this etude is very, very difficult, both for bowings and for fingerings. As far as the bowings go, I'm going to talk about, I'll do a second video at another time, and I'll talk about various bowings and how we have to adjust fingerings in the piece to make those bowings work. But for now, we're going to work with it just what the original is here on the Peters. It says allegro moderato, so that gives us complete latitude to play it faster or slower, whatever basic tempo we want to play. And with different bowings, we'll play at different speeds. I played it definitely, I just played it for you, definitely a moderato, allegro moderato. It was moving, but certainly not very fast at all. Okay, so the first difficulty let's talk about is in the left hand. Now, I suggest in the third beat of the first measure with the original bowings to play a fourth finger on that E, because that'll position you on the A string already to make it a lot easier to get the bow on the string, because that's what we're going to have to do. Every time we play these slurs, we have to have the bow on the string. So if we start, then we, notice when I'm already on the E string, it's very easy to get that, whatever the tension, what we call cushion in the string between the bow and the string, there's give. That's what cushion means. And you want to have that, you want to have sense of what that's going to be. So you have this first stroke, so you hit the first note, then on the string, of course I'm stopping, and you wouldn't have to stop once you've practiced. So you want to lay the bow on the string after the last staccato. When we get to measure 3, again, put the bow on the... Okay, so that's all the way through the piece. I'm making a little emphasis there for you, so, just to show you. I kind of like it anyhow. It makes the phrasing a little bit expressive. It goes ahead that, and then how far the C. I found the hardest one was at measure 9 when we're coming out of. Where you have to get that up bow. There at measure 9, you have an option. You could play a fourth finger on the start. That gets your bow already on the A string. I think I forgot to mention in the first bar on the third beat, I like to play a fourth finger there. Here. And in the second bar, same thing on the third beat, put a fourth finger just to get you over there. Try it both ways. Play it with the open, try it with the 4, see which one works better for you. All right, then we're coming to this famous passage at K, where I'm using the original fingering, shift up a half step to second position. That one's not too difficult, but then you got to get that third finger underneath there. So now shift to third position. That's a whole step shift, and this one's fairly easy. Everything's right in position. Up another whole step. Now we're in fourth position. That one's also pretty easy. Fits pretty comfortably. Now it starts getting interesting. Now we're going to go up to fifth position. It's only a half step shift. And that's not hard to do. But then the B natural on the A string, you have to reach up a half step. Here's the F natural, here's the B natural. Right? I've experimented with trying to play this with a 1. And that works okay if you want to try playing it with just an extension back. But then you still have to make sure you get a 3 on the E that follows. And that's more difficult. See, it's doable, but I ultimately, when I recorded it, I decided, let's just play the 4. You have to reach up for the half step, but the 3 is right there. Okay, and then up to the last G, a whole step. Okay, and now I'm sure if Mr. Kreutzer wrote this, he's saying, okay, well, they've gotten through that. Now, let's not make it too easy for them and have it be spiccato all the way back down. So now he throws in the bowing. So we have to do a slur, and then we have to do the spiccato up bow, sort of feeling backwards. Okay, so we've got the bowing to deal with, but let's talk about the fingers again. Now this one's not totally easy. We have a sense the first finger is D. We have to come back to C, so it's a whole step shift. So make sure you use the rib to stabilize yourself coming down. Touch, you can touch it away, right? Now we're going a half step down. And notice as I come down, I'm staying on the rib right until I get that first finger. As soon as I get the first finger, I'm away. This one's not too difficult, but now we come back to the third position. Notice I'm using the rib again. I'm touching it away. Now we come the whole step, second position. This one's quite difficult. You got to really settle into it. Back to first. So when we go through it slowly, it doesn't seem so difficult, but when it's going faster, especially with the bowing, things can swim. Yeah, as I play, I just play it, and I'm trying to sense, where's the difficulty? I found that the biggest difficulty was when I shifted to second position, and to get that C natural minor third right there. For some reason, because all the other ones, let's see how it goes. That's a minor third, D to F. Another minor third. Oh, and the last one is a major third. So that's interesting. I hadn't even noticed it. Every one of those 2 4s are minor thirds. See, I learned something. See, so if you practice slowly, practice it without the bowing, just get a good sense of it. Then, of course, you can play the whole thing. To make sure those are all very, very clean. Go slowly on those. Now, as we get to measure 14, I guess that's an up bow. Yeah, now. And here's like Mr. Kreutzer's, if Mr. Kreutzer put the fingering in, the ultimate insult to go to second position. Of course, for a professional player, that's not a big deal. But for students, somehow, they always feel uncomfortable in second position, most comfortable in third. Even though I have to say that when I teach students, the first position I teach them is second, so they won't have any fear of second position. So we go from third. Okay, and then, and I do a little retard at the end to make that work out. Otherwise, if I were playing faster, I'd have to do an up on the last 2 notes. So I think that about covers what we need to talk about on this etude. The doing is a lot more difficult than the talking, you know, that with the bowings, throw the bowings in, and this is a very, very challenging. And then from that point forward, the first two measures, I remember when I was a young student playing this, they were very challenging just to try to figure out that bowing. I'm not sure I ever did. But you know, that's the way life goes sometimes. You know, you have problems doing something and you just keep at it. I've been doing this a long, long time now, and I've recorded a lot of etudes, as you probably know from scanning my YouTube channel. I don't know, last I counted, I don't know, maybe 500 etudes of various composers. So anyhow, I hope you enjoy this and can learn a lot from it. And I will be making another video, as I say, talking about the various bowings. And what's interesting about those bowings is that they dictate for us to play some different fingerings, especially toward the end. Okay, thanks so much for listening. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe if you haven't. And if you know some other violin players that might benefit from this, share the video. Thanks very much. Have a great day.